When I'm helping clients with betrayal recovery, one of the first things I love to hear happens in the initial assessment session, that very first time working with clients. And it'll be one of the people saying, I feel so much better. I feel so much calmer now. I'm not as afraid anymore. Something like that. When people begin to think about their relationship and ask the question, how are we going to recover from this cheating, from this betrayal? Sometimes the feeling is that they're going to go to therapy and they're going to do a lot of talking. And the one who did the betraying feels like, oh no, this is just going to be session after session after session where I'm going to be yelled at and be told that I'm the bad person, but okay, I'll endure it because I want to keep the relationship. And the one who's been cheated on doesn't have any hope of doing that because they generally have the sense that no matter how many times they yell and yell and yell, they're never going to feel better. My name is Rick from Rick Grundy Therapy, and here's how I treat betrayal recovery. Using a Gottman lens, there are three phases in betrayal recovery: atonement, attunement, attachment. Attunement, attachment, they are pretty much the normal couples therapy that you would expect. During the very first phase of the atonement phase of betrayal recovery, what happens is the focus is on calming down the nervous system. When somebody has been cheated on, when they've experienced betrayal, this is an attachment injury. And this new entity suddenly springs to life in the brain that takes over the brain and chooses to control the person on this hypervigilant safety check. So they constantly want to know, is what I'm hearing the truth? And am I safe? It's a very painful experience for both people. For the person who is betrayed on, it's a painful experience because they've almost lost control of their brain as they are compelled to, driven to constantly do these safety checks and constantly look for safety. It's exhausting. And then on the other side of it, the one who did the betraying is constantly feeling like they're being beat up. Like, can we please just move forward? Can we please move on? Is there any forgiveness here? That's the wrong question. It's not about forgiveness. It's actually about calming down that nervous system first. There are gas pedals and there are brake pedals during the process of atonement. One of the gas pedals for the person who did the betraying is absolute truth, transparency, and living. So behaviors need to be perceived as trustworthy. So truth and trustworthiness are going to win the day here. That's the gas pedal to continue to move forward to healing the rupture in the relationship. One of the brake pedals is withholding information. If information is withheld and disclosed later on, that becomes a re-injury and the process starts all over again. This whole recovery process starts over again, and the cut is even deeper. And the question is, are you going to make it this time? Because you've re-injured over the same injury and the cut is deeper this time. Can you recover from this? So right off the bat, the person who did the betraying, your gas pedals are truth and trustworthiness in your behavior. The gas pedals for the person who are betrayed. This is a hard one, man. I mean, when you have been betrayed, when you've been cheated on, when you have that attachment wound, when your brain is in sort of emergency mode, hypervigilance, looking for truth and safety, you're not going to want to hear this right away, but it's so helpful and it brings peace. Most of my clients find this very peace giving. You will be learning some tools on how to communicate a little bit more softly, because if in the therapy session with me, I just let you off the hook and I just let you yell and be hyper emotional and be reactive to your partner, that's not really recovering the relationship. It's adding further damage to the relationship. So we're going to be learning tools initially called gentle startups, and I call the other one gentle listening. Rappaport, and anyways, the whole Gottman thing. I love the whole Gottman thing. The risk that the one who is betrayed takes is risking that the process is going to make a difference. So instead of speaking from loud emotions, instead of allowing hypervigilance to dominate the conversations, instead we figure out how to calm down and how to have a conversation between the two people where the two people will have enough resilience to stay inside of it because the emotional load has come down a little bit. I mean, the pain is still there. The emotions are still there. We're just learning a different communication strategy in order to talk this out and repair the relationship. So the gas pedal for the one who's been betrayed is the willingness to take a risk around a new style of communication. And of course, the brake pedal is not taking risks. If you don't take the risk, and if you just allow the hypervigilance to rule the day, then what happens is further relationship injury. Okay, so if you think that I can help you with betrayal recovery, you can find me at rickgrundytherapy.com. You can book through my online portal. You can book a free consult where both of you can show up, and I could just initially share with you what the process is and see if you and I are a good fit. In the meantime, you rock. See you in the next video.